Two things. You have the national culture of countries, of regions, and you have the company culture. Two different things. We don't want to change the national cultures. We can't do it. And the beauty of the world is that people are different. So you go to China, they dress differently, their pastimes different, their food's different, they have landmarks that are different. That's all beautiful. Then you go to India, you go to Brazil, you go to Belgium, you go to Germany, you go to Canada, you go to the US, even in the same country, different regions. That's all beautiful. And that's why the world's so interesting. And one thing we said from the very beginning is that if you join our company, that's, we call it the 10 principles. 1 on dream, 2 on people, 7 on culture. 10. And in good and bad times, they don't change. Those are the principles. So if you like them, great. We're not going to change them. And that causes turnover? Yes, but fine. Because it takes 20 years, 30 years, a lifetime to get the fabric to be one, a strong one. And you can destroy that by starting being flexible. And starting believing in things. You go to Korea and people say, oh no, Brito, here is different. This whole idea of targets and compensation. For example, I'll tell you, when we came to the US, because we believe in ownership, our long-term incentive, okay, it's 5-year vest. So for you to get the shares, it's a 5-year vesting period. The company we acquired in the US was 3 years, given that the 1/3 would vest in the first year, the second third in the second, the third in the third. We said, forget it. That's short-term. That's not long-term. Call it something else. If you're going to be here for 30 years, what's 5 years? Ours is 5, sometimes 10 years, cliff. So if you live 4 years, 11 months, 0. It's 5 years. And a lot of people left because of that. For example, I travel commercial. And yes, because I travel to Russia, China, India, and all that, it, in a way, one could picture as a waste of time. But that's important for the culture. Because then when I ask people, guys, we're in a tough year. We need you guys to buckle up and to really stretch things and really give your best because it's a tough year and find non-working money so we can invest behind the working money. I can say it. Because I travel commercial, I stay in the same hotels everybody stays. They stay in the same hotels I do. I eat the same thing they eat. Everything's the same. I make more money than they do. We're not socialists. Okay? No. But on the silly things, we hate anything that's a status symbol. We think that destroys the whole idea of a group, an engaged group. So I don't have a company car, I don't have a driver, I don't have an office, I don't have a jet. I'm just like all my colleagues. And yes, it takes a toll, but it's worth for the culture, which is much bigger. And the culture is the one that gives us the performance, which I'm here for. Then it's a full circle. But again, this idea of national culture, so what? Japan is different. But if you, Japanese colleague, want to join a company, you have to buy into these concepts. And by the way, what we say is that you have to have a big dream, surround yourself with the best people you can find, and create an environment where they stay. Look at Mike Phelps. He had the same idea. He wanted to have 8 gold medals. Why 8? All of us would be happy with 1. He wanted 8. Dream. He surrounded himself with the best people he could find. Coaches, exercise people, everything. And he owned the process. He was not being forced to do it. He was doing this during his birthday, Christmas Day, New Year's, because he wanted it. So the principles apply to any good student here at the GSP, to any good athlete, and we believe to the company too. So we're not asking anything that's out of the ordinary. It's all common sense. But because it's common sense, people don't talk about it. They take it for granted. And that's why it doesn't work, gets diluted. So one company, one culture. Never buy into the situation, oh no, here it doesn't work. No, we've tried before, trust me, it doesn't work. Don't buy it. Because then if culture has to do a performance and you dilute it, your performance will suffer. And as a leader, again, you're there to generate results with the people, doing it the right way.